What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm going to be talking about the 10 things I hate about my 2019 Camry. All right, guys, so coming in at number 10 is the key fob, right? So I have my key fob here. It looks like an ordinary key fob. Works like an ordinary key fob. Except for one thing. This only happens, it's intermittent, right? But you're walking up to your car and you want to unlock it. You press the unlock button. Nothing happens. You're like 10 feet away, 15 feet away. Should work, right? But for some reason, the key fob doesn't register until you get like right up on the car sometimes. And it's so frustrating because you think you unlock the car, put the keys back in your pocket, you walk up and you grab the handle and it's locked. So, you pull your keys back out, hit the button again, nothing. Hit the button again, nothing. Hit the button again, finally unlocks. So sometimes it just takes a while to unlock. I don't know what's up with that. Sometimes it's same with locking. Yeah, it's an intermittent problem that sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, guys, and coming in at number 9 is going to be the 4-cylinder. Woo, y'all knew this was coming, right? So coming from a Mustang, even a V6 Mustang to be honest, this thing is kind of slow. I'm not gonna lie. It has some pick up and go when you put it in sport mode and engage the paddles and all that kind of stuff. But it's still not anything that you're used to or, you know, anything special. Yeah, I don't know the horsepower numbers. I'll put them somewhere. Yeah, but it's not that much, and that's something that you're gonna have to sacrifice for the fuel mileage that I talked about in the good video. Fuel mileage is great, but you're not gonna have that much power. All right, guys, coming in at number 8, we're gonna have to hop in the back seat for this one. There's no AC vents in the rear. Let me show you. Yeah, so you're a passenger in the rear seat, and you figure, hey, this is nice back here. I can see a whole bunch. I want to be comfortable in the heat. I want to be comfortable in the cold. However, the only vents you have are way up there, and they have to be focused on you and not the driver or the passenger, because where you would think there'd be vents, there is none. Just this little cubby hole that's kind of useless. Yeah. Now, I don't know if the higher models have AC in the rear seats. I'm pretty sure they do. But yeah, it's just something that's annoying if you have people in the back. They can't really get any AC until the whole car cools off. So, something to think about. All right, guys, coming in at number 6 is the trunk. So, this car has 2 trunk buttons to pop the trunk. One inside and one on the key fob. And unfortunately, sometimes those buttons don't work. They work, but the trunk doesn't pop. Let me show you. All right, so here's the rear of the car, the key fob. I'm gonna press the button, and it pops like normal, right? However, sometimes it doesn't. It stays in this position right here, just a little bit, you know, semi-pop. And you have to go in and you have to clean the seals, make sure everything's nice in these areas here for it to pop and spring all the way open like it's supposed to. I mean, not a big gripe, but yeah, something to think about. All right, guys, so this next one has to do with the radar cruise control, believe it or not. I know I was ranting and raving about it in the last video, but there's some problems with it. So, it snows here. This is Colorado. It snows. So for the radar cruise control to work, all the sensors are in the front of the car, and they have to see the car in front of you, calculate the distance, slow the car down, speed the car up, yada, yada, yada. So when it snows, or if there's a little bit heavier rain than usual, which you shouldn't be using radar cruise control in those instances anyway, But if there's still no snow on the ground and your radar sensor has a little snow on it from the day before or whatever, it won't work. And I didn't know this for a long time. I had to look in the manual, but there is a way to do cruise control without it being on radar. And I'll show you guys that here in a sec. If there's anything that is blocking the sensors, and the sensors are behind the Toyota emblem, if there's anything blocking that emblem on the front of the car, you can't get cruise control. And so you have to go into the manual mode, and not many people know how to get there. But yeah, I'll show you that here. All right, so you're cruising along and you want to put on cruise control. So you press the cruise control button here, and then it pops up radar ready. I don't know if you guys can see that, but yeah, pops up radar ready, and that means the radar cruise control is on. And as you can see in the top there, it has a little car and a little cruise control thing to let you know that you are in the automatic cruise control mode, right? So if you want to switch over to regular cruise control, what you have to do, let me focus this camera here. What you have to do is press the button again to turn the cruise control off. All right. Then we're going to press and hold the button. Boom. You see the change there? Now you have a regular cruise control icon there. You know, you can put that on at any time. Doesn't matter if the sensors are covered in snow or if it's raining out or what have you. Yeah, so I mean, I recommend you wouldn't do that though. Don't use cruise control in inclement weather. Anything could go wrong. All right, guys, so coming in at number 5, we have another cruise control issue. Yeah, I know, I was ranting and raving. But this issue is a software issue. So the cruise control sometimes, okay, say there's a car that swerves in front of you. I mean, it's kind of far away, but it's still, in front of you. What the car will do is slam on the brakes. Now, I mean, when I say slam, I mean the car will literally slam on the brakes. And so if anybody's following you, they're gonna slam on the brakes too, right? Or smash into the back of you. So it's kind of dangerous in that aspect. So Toyota needs to come out with an update for that. No, and I experienced the same problem with Camrys that were 2 generations ago. Those Camrys had the exact same problem where it would slam on the brakes or jam on the gas to get you back up to speed. And this Camry, unfortunately, has those same issues. So I've been seeing that it's been a lot less slamming and smashing on the gas lately. Maybe Toyota sent in an update. I know it does all that kind of stuff automatically. So if you did, good on you, Toyota. All right, so coming in at number 4 is going to be the fuel door. Now, this isn't going to be a problem if you live in a hotter climate, but for us here in Colorado, it's an issue. So when it snows, when it's cold, when any ice builds up on the fuel door at all, it can't be opened, right? And so there's a button inside the car to press it. So if you don't have 2 people or really, really quick hands, you're not getting your fuel door open to get some gas. And it's going to be cold outside, so you're going to be fiddling with it. What I usually do is I'll knock off the ice, press the button, let it open up a few times, and then I'll do the whole runaround thing, right? So I'll open the door, run to the fuel door, press on it, make sure kind of, that it's open a bit, and then run in the car, press the button, and sprint back to the fuel door to hopefully get it in time before it makes the unlock. And, you're stuck again running back and forth. And that takes a couple tries to get, but usually you'll get it. But it's very frustrating because there's no other button. There's no button on the key fob. Why would there be? So, and I don't think it's a Toyota issue. It's probably an everyone issue that has the locking fuel doors that have a button inside the car. If you're living in a cold environment, they might get stuck. All right, guys. So coming in at number 3 is going to be squeaky brake pads. Yeah, so from the factory, this thing, it squeaks at slow speeds. I don't know what's going on with it. It's gotten better since I put more miles on the car. Now, when I first got it, it's downright embarrassing how loud it is when it squeaks. And yeah, that'll be remedied, with a change of brake pads, but you shouldn't have to do that. I mean, Toyota should come up with a better compound for the braking pads so they don't squeak. I mean, this isn't a race car. You shouldn't have, carbon ceramic squeaking going on with some regular brake pads. All right, and coming in at number 2 is the AC. All right, so it's gotten better, like a few things with this car, but on startup, man, this thing used to stink, and it smelled like just mold coming through the AC vents. And I took it to the dealership a couple times about it, and they said, keep it out of cabin circulation mode, because, sometimes things can build up in there, but you shouldn't have to do that, right? And I mean, it's gotten better. We've changed the filters out with some Arm & Hammer filters, and but sometimes it still stinks on startup. And I don't know what's up with that. It's the first car I've ever had that has done that. And last but not least, guys, it's not a race car. And of course, like, I know everyone's going to say, you bought a Toyota, what'd you expect? It's not a race car. I'm a car guy, and I want something fast. And unfortunately, it's not the commuter car to get. That's a race car. I don't know if there's any. I do love this thing, guys. I mean, it's been a great ownership experience. The complaints I have about it aren't that bad compared to a lot of other cars. I mean, you think about something like an M5. Those things were terrible. Bad transmissions, bad motors, rod bearings going out. That's insane. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. I appreciate you. Stay tuned for all the cool stuff that's going to be coming to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with your friends. Peace.